Hello, hello. How are you doing today? What is happening? I have not done a fail video in quite some time. I've been pretty lucky that a lot of the things that I buy and use and I rebuy are products that do, perform pretty well. They do what they say they're going to do. But then occasionally I'll buy something or sometimes as time goes on things are not performing as well as they are when they're brand new. And of course they're like anything, some things have like an expiration. Products have an expiration. After a certain point you have to toss them. They're just not performing up to par anymore. Or certain brands, despite, depending on, it doesn't matter whether they're high end and you spend a lot of money on them. Some things might work for somebody else, but they might not work for me, for my needs. Or even if they're a low price, an affordable price, sometimes they might work for me and might not work for somebody else, or vice versa. Sometimes something expensive works for me, but that somebody else might use it. A lot of this is not price wise, but I have noticed that there has been some places have improved quality wise, places like Dollar Tree, um, Family Dollar, some of the really budget, even some of the budget brands, Wet and Wild, Elf, they used to be very, hit or miss when it came to quality or performance. As far as makeup goes, but they have definitely improved. And the same thing with certain other brands that are affordable. But there still are some things. I've mainly been sticking to the affordable beauty range just because I'm on a pretty tight budget right now. But there's some things that, whether it's the packaging that kind of failed or the product itself, but I might still may keep it for to use for on other people who might like a lighter coverage, or say I like a full coverage. Or sometimes there's some things that just didn't work out at all. So anyway, before I get too involved in here, don't forget to hit thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. And also don't forget my link tree is down below. I've been also posting in the information box, information about what I'm using, talking about, and links to my other social media. But I've also been posting it down below in just the comments, so that's easier to access. So if somebody wants to shop for these products, or anything that I show, it's actually easier sometimes to message me, but you can't. They don't do private messaging here, right? So you can always private message me through my other social media, and that's what the link tree is for. Also, I have a coffee account, so you can, some people like to tip or like to support. You can go to my link to my coffee account from here, and support me there. And then I have lots of other social media if you want to follow me and support me over on those various platforms as well. So one thing I want to talk about, one of the first things that I really like this blush. This was a really cute blush. It's by Essence. It's actually, I think it's out of Germany. It's a very high quality makeup, and it's very affordable. Like the mascaras are like $4 or $5. The blushes are, everything is really reasonable. My only gripe about this is that the packaging. Okay, I have not seen a package fall apart like this since the makeup I used to buy when I was in like a junior high in the late 70s. And the way, it would like fall apart in your purse, and then the lid would fall off. But I'm going to keep this. Now, one thing is that I've noticed a lot of beauty brands are going to the where they're selling single shadows again. and then they'll want you to buy a big palette with so you can put the single shadows in a big tray, and then they're going to that route again. But I still have my old Z palette from 2017, 2018 time. Now, a lot of people are like, well, what's a Z palette? A Z palette is still a zpalette.com, and they have these magnets. So basically, you depot, you take tweezers, and this way you don't lose your good, makeup if it's still pretty good. You take tweezers, you pull out the product. You can also do this eyeshadows, anything with a powder, or sometimes cream too. You take this out, and then you put a magnet on the back on either. That's a double-sided magnet, and then you put it in here, and then you can have like 3 or 4 different ones, um, uh, or as many, and fill it all up with, and so then I still have, this is the original one, and I don't even know if they still make this with a zebra. I mean, the with a leopard print. Obviously, we're into leopard print. But then back when they had those monthly BoxyCharm subscriptions, I really miss BoxyCharm. And then I guess they got bought out by Ipsy. But the BoxyCharm subscription, they had their own official BoxyCharm Z palette, and they even had their own small square little magnets for smaller things. So, but I have them both. I've saved them both because something told me to hang on to them. I was going to sell them, but even though they're kind of a little scratched up here and there, but something told me to hang on to them, and I have hung on to them. And so specifically for things like this. Now, a lot of makeup artists actually they'll take they'll buy, like lipsticks and shadows and different things for personal use, and then they'll buy separate things for the use for specifically for clients, and they'll depot everything, and they'll have, like, imagine like a little tray that's got little squares, and they'll cut up the lipsticks and put them all in there, and that's why it looks more like just they can just dip and dip and dip and dip and create lip colors. And that way the customers really don't know what brands you're using. It's more about the performance of the product itself. So someone could be using like a Dollar Tree lipstick as a makeup artist. Now, some makeup artists use very high-end, very expensive things, or very elite makeup artist only type of brands. But some of us mix it up. I always mix it up. I use a mixture of high-end, low-end, and a mixture of professional things. So some people like to depot and have it all in these neutral, brand neutral things, so that the customers really don't know, how expensive or how inexpensive products we're using. Sometimes when I've gone to do a wedding, and I genuinely like Garnier Fruit, I genuinely like the performance of this hairspray. But sometimes people will look at me like, "Oh, you're using a drugstore hairspray on me?" I'm like, "Hey, if it does the job, why not?" And I have some very, very high end hairsprays that are 3 times as expensive as the Garnier, and I use them both. It just depends on what the hair needs or whatever. So it's the same thing with beauty. So I'm definitely going to depot this and start into my Z palette era again. And it just seems so funny that it shows how the pendulum. And I actually saw that Jeffree Star was starting to sell his single shadows for $1 each. And then he's also selling his own version of this, and I'm like, well, I've already got one, so when I start buying his singles, I'll just put them in here too. So I want to try. I like trying different things. He's a lot of people know Jeffree. For one thing, his reviews are excellent, and his taste in products are excellent. So I'm assuming his I remember watching him when he was formulating his brand and the products and all that. So I'm anxious to try them to see how they work for me. Some some people love certain things, and then there are things I might not like. You just never know till you try it. So I am saving this. That's for Essence. I'm not cool. I like the quality. It's surprisingly good quality, but I'm not not happy about the packaging. Okay, now the Creme Shop. Now the Creme Shop. This is something I had on my website for sale. I really love this brand. Really love the Creme Shop. But I've had this for a couple of years, and it's time to maybe 3 years now. It is time. It's pretty, still pretty pigmented. But the main thing I used it for was the highlight, and I was getting to a point where I was seeing that things are starting to fade a little bit, and it's just time to let it go. Like everything has an expiration date, and it's time for a refresh. Okay, so now let's talk about Dollar Tree lip glosses. Some of their brands are unique to only them, and some, like this one, B Color, I've only seen this at Dollar Tree. I have not seen it anywhere else. But LA Colors, I've seen LA Colors at Five Below, and I've seen that at sometimes, the what do they call those, the dead stock stores like Big Lots and TJ Maxx, and where things that don't sell in the main stores, and they get, um, and so you can either get them from directly, like, or even you can buy them fresh from like their actual stand if they happen to be in a drugstore or at Walmart or a beauty section of a big box store, or you can get them at Dollar Tree. Okay, so Dollar Tree. Okay, first thing was this B Color. I thought this was just amazing. I thought it looked really, really cool, and it even had like these little sparkles in them. But the performance for one thing, I wasn't too happy with this. Of course, things are sealed, and it looks like the texture would feel good, but it's almost too thin. And then you don't see hardly any of the shimmer. It looks almost clear, and then the shimmer is actually they are chunks. You're lucky if you get a chunk. You see, there's a couple of chunks, and so I thought it would be glimmer or shimmery on the lips, or in general, and then maybe a couple of those. But this is mostly clear, a little bit of hint of color, but nowhere near what I thought it would be. So $1.25. Okay, not that big of a loss. Okay, so was it before? It was before Big Lots decided to go out of business. So it had to have been in the summer, fall. I got a big long tray. I guess it was maybe 6 maybe lip glosses from their LA Color brand. And some of them, I'll say, are working out pretty good. The ones that actually had, this one's Coconut Crush and Just Peachy. This one is my favorite because, for one thing, it has the coconut taste, and the peachy has a nice flavor. But the shimmer is true to what the packaging is. Sometimes, just like that one, where the packaging does not match, this actually has, you can see how there's a shimmer there. The shimmer, it's exactly like what this looks like. Okay, maybe not quite as pigmented, but at least there's a little bit of pink in there from me putting it on top of pink lipstick. But you can see how there's a good shimmer payout, okay, with this one. Okay, and then the same thing with just Peachy is a little lighter, so it's even more, but it's pretty similar. But look at that, okay, pretty good payout, good color as far as for what it is, because see, it has a shimmery thing on it. Well, these are more clear, and of course they don't have a shimmer, but the consistency is not there. And so I know some people like the feeling of lip oils, and some people like, but this is supposed to be just this is a scented lip oil, but I just did not like the consistency of them. They just, I guess these are more glosses, and this is, even though they say they're oils, these, for whatever reason, and it could be the sparkle or whatever that's in them, makes them thicker, and I actually like the thicker. These are almost just like a little too runny, and it's a shame because this one's vanilla cake, and this is berry breeze, and they, taste good and smell good. And then there's, I think, a grape one downstairs. I have lip glosses throughout my house. I have one by the bed. I have one in the kitchen. Wherever I might be and my lips might feel dry, it's like some people have chapstick around their house or in their purse. I'm that way with lip glosses and lip oils. So I just was not a fan of these two. So, we'll just set those aside. Okay. Then NYX Blur. Bear With Me Blur Light Neutral. Now, I like the color of this. Was perfect. I'm not sure when I got this, when I picked it up. It looked like it was going to be full coverage, and the shade was just correct. But once I smoothed it out, and it was very lightweight, and some of these products that I'll try as far as foundations and BB creams and CC creams, some of these things are really, really thick and sticky, or thick and just cakey or whatever. It didn't have any of that, but it was too sheer. It really is too sheer. It's more of like a light to medium coverage, and I use a full coverage. So this I'm actually going to keep in my kit for the future, because sometimes I might have somebody that doesn't need as much heavy coverage. And they might just have nice skin overall. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you've got nice skin." No, I don't. You just watch a video where I do my skincare. I don't. It's all makeup, But people are like, "Oh, you're beautiful without it." No, I'm not. I don't have any eyebrows. I don't have an upper lip. It's all makeup. So, there are some people who they just need a little. They just need a little bit, and uh they're the lucky ones, okay? They don't have any acne scars, they don't have any acne, they don't have any issues, it's all good, so I'm going to keep this in I'm starting a little collection, building my collection back up, and for a long time I was just using all Avon products, and I've developed like some sensitivities. I'm still selling it, but I developed some sensitivities to. I think they changed a couple of things, a few products that, whether it had to do with our eye makeup or something, seems there's some sort of a shift. And I started having, for a while there, a long time ago, I had allergies to the products, and then they improved, and then somehow recently there was a shift, and I'm not sure what it was, but I started having some issues again, and I've also noticed it with one of the creams. So I'm trying to do trial and error. If I do this one, use this product, and then I'll see if I can still use this other product over here, and see if it's that, or if I kind of process some elimination, or if I don't use this one and I don't use that, what will happen, So it's what happens to your sensitive skin, and then when you're aging, your body changes, and makes a big difference. Okay, so L'Oreal Smoldering Highliner. Okay, now I used this years ago when I was in school. I could not believe. See how it turned grayish. First thing is, with a pencil this size. Now, why did I buy it? I was needing an eye pencil. I was feeling like I was having a tough time with the eye pencils that I was using. Things making my eyes tear up a lot, and I wasn't sure, was the mascara, was it the perfume I'm wearing, was it the eye cream, what was it? Okay, I wasn't sure what it was, so I stopped all eyeliners that I had been using, and I was just sort of buying, process of elimination, as well as trying a couple of new things here and there. And I thought, okay, I remember using this in the past and not having a problem with it. My only thing is you have to make it super, super sharp for it to get to do a nice line. And within one use, it gets too rounded again. And then I was shocked at how it kind of oxidized and turned gray. So, I hate to say it because I love L'Oreal, but this is the fail. Okay. Now, another thing, here's a Dollar Tree thing. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Oil of Olay and then version of this. And this is the Dollar Tree version. And then even with Avon, we have one that has a cool ball on it that's on a slant. That's what I have my husband using to help with his dark circles. But I just saw this and I was like, oh wow, even the packages almost mimicked Oil of Olay, and I just thought, wow, Age Defy Dark Circle Puffiness Serum. Okay, so I was excited to try it. Now the only thing is the roller ball hardly puts out anything. Okay, no matter how many times, it's very inconsistent, and it just puts out very little bit of product. And I just was not happy with how it was the payout of it. You know, I mean, granted, people are like, oh, it's $1.25, but still, you expect it to put out more. It probably would take me 20 swirls instead of just one or two to get the amount that I want to put out, or to put around my eyes. So this is kind of like a fail. The product feels okay. It's very lightweight, but it just feels like it's just maybe almost too light for me. I maybe need something heavier. So, not too impressed with that. Okay, so then only a couple more things left. Okay, so I have talked about the Cleantopia. That's the regular. Okay, this is almost like the Tiffany blue here, the Tiffany bluish green. And I love this color too. So this one is the regular, and then this one is the waterproof. Now, I was not happy with, it still had the same type of brush, but I'm not happy with the formula. Why? If only they could make this, I know it's hard. They could make this exact same formula with that be waterproof. So what I've been doing is the voluminous L'Oreal with a round brush, and then alternating with the Cleantopia, and sometimes doing one coat of one and another coat of the other, and I've been getting some really great results. So I was hoping to get a waterproof, but this one, which is waterproof supposedly, I didn't use it long enough to actually test, but what I found was, instead of me getting a big, super thick lash look with it, this is a completely different type of look. The brush is similar, yes, but the formula is completely different. I'd be sitting here for 8 hours to get the thickness of my lashes with this that I can get with a couple coats of this one. So it all depends on your lash taste. Now, I know that sounds like a strange thing because you think all mascaras are the same. No, they're all completely different. All the formulas are different, and they give different effects. So this one gives that thin but long separated look. I call it the girl next door. Okay, it's a girl next door, very soft lash look. Okay, this is okay. If we're going to use Grease analogy, this is Olivia Newton-John pre-makeover. Okay, when she's got the bangs, hopelessly devoted. Okay, this is Rizzo. Okay. This is or Olivia Newton-John post makeover. No, pre-makeover, post-makeover, okay? This is super thick lash, gives a thick lash look, gives you see, you can see from the side, where you almost where I put on maybe 3 coats of this one and then 3 coats of this one, and it's almost like I have false eyelashes on, right? Or as close as I can get to a really thick false look. This gives a soft, fluttery, individual, very natural type of look, and it's waterproof. So hey, that's great. But this is not what I was hoping it would be. So okay, so then last but not least, that's right, I've got a couple of hair things. This was one of those things where I bought on a whim. I had bought, I think, a lip product or something from J-Cat, and J-Cat is a brand that I've seen in some like I call it those not a chain beauty supply, mom and pop beauty supplies, and then sometimes then you can only find it Ulta online, and then I think I've only seen it in a few Ultas in person. Okay, but it's a pretty good brand. And I saw this, and I really needed a cream to powder foundation because I like a cream to powder foundation, and I used it, and the color was right, and the consistency was pretty much okay, but it was too patchy. It did not perform well, and it's a shame because I love the color, and I love the consistency, and I love the fact that it was a cream to powder, I'd say it's more creamy, and it's a little thicker than what I would expect. So it's not my not it's called the Skin Bloom Cream to Powder Compact um, SBC 104 Suede. Okay, SBC 104 Suede. So um, that's that's that was a fail. So. And it was a shame, but because I liked a few other J Cats. Now, just recently, I went to the beauty supply to get a couple of things, and I saw that they had a mini travel shampoo and conditioner by Sebastian, and Sebastian had a dark oil line. I usually like the oil products lines that different brands have. Of course, like this, I've talked many times about the Chi Black Seed. I've talked many times about um, a few other ones that were the Moroccan oil, the argan oil, one and only argan oil, the Mystic Divine that Sally's used to carry that I love, love, love so much, but they don't carry anymore. The Kardashian Black Seed, which was made by this company in almost the same packaging, but it was slightly different, and I wish they still made that. Because this one has a different smell, and that one, and the original Kardashian one had a really amazing smell, and it gave more shine. And when they converted back to the Chi, because it was the Chi company that made it for the Kardashians, this was right when the Kardashians first came out, like first became popular, 2007, 8, 9, 10, around that era. That I love that product so much, and I was buying it from eBay. I loved it so much on my hair. And my hair was longer, stayed longer, and there was something in that was just the right blend. And same thing with Mystic Divine. Some of the times I get products that are really amazing on my hair, where, like even today, I flat ironed my hair, there's no humidity. My hair shouldn't be frizzy right now, but it's frizzy right now. Because sometimes the things aren't 100%, for whatever reason, things are not performing as well as they should. Or it could be just the combination of, being out in the cold or whatever. But I'm saying is, I know when I'm using good products, I don't get the flyaways. I don't have to use as much hairspray. But anyway, so they had the Sebastian one. I had the shampoo and conditioner. I used it once, mixed it in with my other things. Usually, if things are great, I can mix them in with the other things that I like to use on my hair, and it just didn't perform. It was okay. It was just okay. I just know what I wanted to do, and it didn't perform. So then I also had bought this hairspray, Silkening Mist. I was looking for a shine spray, and since it said dark oil, I assumed it was going to be a shine spray. But this is actually, you can do either silkening effect, spray evenly over hair before blow drying, or to refresh your style. So you can either do it wet or dry. My only thing is it's okay, but not exactly. I was looking for a real shine spray, and this is more like a light styling spray, if that means anything. Okay, and then this one I got I thought, okay, since I like this, I thought, well, I'm still searching for a real shine spray, and this was the Chi Royal Treatment. Chi Royal Treatment line is very high end, and this says Rapid Shine Spray, all day brilliance and gloss. Okay, so I've already done this 4 times today, and I still end up getting fuzz. So see, it is enough to kill me. Okay, if I was working in a salon where we were spraying this all day long, I wouldn't be able to function. The smell is horrible. The uh the whatever it says paraben free, but whatever it puts out in the air is, yeah, there's a little bit of shine, but it's not the kind that it's still more of a hairspray that gives shine than just a shine spray, if that makes sense. It has some hold to it, and it has whatever the traditional hairsprays have, that, and this was more old school almost, for it to have that gas. I would just say gas, and it, they're all supposed to take out they supposedly took out the CFC, which was what carbon fluorocarbons, which were messing with the ozone layer, that a lot of hairsprays were doing the 70s and 80s, and then when the 90s, when we were starting to be more eco conscious and all that kind of stuff, they took that out. But um even my eye is starting to quiver right now. That's how sensitive I am. Okay, and this is part of the reason why I'm not able to work in some salons, because some salons I could walk in and everybody's using something with the smell in the air, and then I can't breathe. So I'm very disappointed in this. Some of these things I may just use up on my clients, just here and there, randomly, depending on their hairstyle. But both of these were a fail for me, because neither were giving me what I needed. And now I'm on it. It's like, why did they stop making the things that really worked well? I don't know. And that's the problem. With consumerism, being a consumer, a lot of us, there's some. Yes, Revlon still makes Cherries in the Snow lipstick from 1957, whatever. And, but there's, for every lipstick that some brand will hang on to, there may be 25 that they've discontinued from that time frame to the to another bunch of collections. Or same thing with hair products. Trends come and go, and brands like to keep putting out what's new, and customers often like to say, oh, what's new, but you have to keep some core things. You can't just keep changing, because it's so frustrating. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there, and just show, even from a hairdresser standpoint, we can still have things that say they're going to do one thing but end up doing something else. And a lot of it's just packaging, a lot of it's just the wording, and you can see, yes, there's a little bit of shine there, but it's nowhere near what I need of a shine spray. And then there are other shine sprays where you put it on and your hair's like a grease pit, and then it doesn't stay. So so it's kind of like it's on a quest. We're always on a quest for something, because I just need something that, say, if it's the second day, third day, little pick me up, that will give me a little bit of shine, and then I can always follow up with a high hold hairspray, but not something that's going to weigh my hair down. I know that's asking for the moon, but it's true. It's like saying I'm looking for a shiny lip gloss that's going to stay on after I eat a salad. That's asking for the moon. But people ask me for it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And have you had a product that you liked that was discontinued? Let me know in the comments. Maybe it was something I liked too. And there's sometimes companies, or MAC is bringing back a lot of the favorite lipsticks that were cool tone, that a lot of consumers were talking about on TikTok, I've noticed. And so sometimes companies can bring things back, and they can, if they hear enough about it. So let me know in the comments what your favorite products were that were discontinued, and we'll talk about that. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks. Bye.